Welcome to Peptide-Proof, your source for rigorous, independent, evidence-based peptide intelligence. Is 100 plus peptides the future of luxury skincare, or just a marketing game? To really understand what's happening, we have to look at the massive shift taking place across the industry right now, heading into 2026. Peptides used to be this niche, ingredient-focused talking point for hardcore skincare enthusiasts. Well, not anymore. They've permanently crossed over to become an absolute baseline requirement in the luxury market. Honestly, you simply cannot launch a premium product today without them. And to see just how massive this shift actually is, let's look at an absolute industry icon, Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. This is a $105 hero product that sells on average 1 jar every single minute globally. Think about that volume for a second. Now, in March 2026, they completely overhauled its core hydration cream into a highly marketed peptide complex. When a brand built primarily on makeup rebuilds its most famous, best-selling product entirely around peptides, it tells us something crucial. It's a permanent, undeniable signal of what everyday consumers now demand from their formulations. Let's break down exactly what goes into this new dual-action architecture. On the cellular signaling side, they've introduced what they call the Recover Stem Complex. It's extracted from everlasting jasmine stem cells, and the brand claims it features over 100 distinct peptides designed for both immediate and long-term dermal repair. Then, on the physical defense side, they've integrated Ectoin alongside a cushion plus lift technology. This creates a mesh that's 3 times stronger than previous iterations, organizing water molecules into a highly durable hydration barrier to drastically cut down on moisture loss. But let's take a step back and look at the clinical realities of these bold claims. Is formulating with over 100 peptides actually better than using one highly targeted peptide? Simply put, peptide quantity is not a metric of clinical efficacy. Formulating 100 distinct ingredients so that each one actually reaches an active concentration in a single jar is scientifically improbable. True efficacy comes down to highly specific concentrations, exact pairing ratios, and advanced delivery systems. And when a brand advertises 28-second results, it's crucial to remember that you're mostly seeing immediate physical hydration and a really nice sensory finish. Actual biological peptide repair just doesn't happen in 28 seconds. Which brings us to a really fascinating comparison: plant stem cells versus synthetic peptides. Plant-derived peptides, like the new Recover Stem, offer an incredibly marketable clean beauty narrative. It tells a fantastic story. But the limitation here is that their clinical evidence and molecular precision are often significantly thinner than their lab-synthesized counterparts. Sure, lab-synthesized classics like matrixyl and argireline might lack that romantic natural origins appeal, but they give formulators something arguably better: exceptional purity, strict concentration control, and decades of independent clinical data. Ultimately, a natural origin doesn't automatically guarantee superior dermal performance.
Beyond the headlines.
Into the research. Peptide-proof.
Now, zooming out to the broader ecosystem, one of the most interesting catalysts driving this 2026 surge is the GLP-1 skincare effect. Peptides are expanding way beyond general anti-aging. They're now targeting highly specific demographic shifts, most notably the facial volume loss associated with medications like Ozempic and Wegovy. Take Kiehl's Collagen Serum as a prime example. They're specifically utilizing liposomal collagen peptides engineered for GLP-1 users, achieving a proven 22% clinical improvement in cheek sagging. That right there is the power of a highly targeted formulation. Of course, this absolute explosion in demand is creating real-world friction in the supply chain. Copper peptides, or GHKCU, have quickly become the most sought-after raw material of 2026, and it's triggering massive global supply constraints. Major U.S. manufacturer Mohs Group is actively capping orders right now, even while holding inventory. At the same time, premium formulations are demanding a strict 98% purity minimum for GHKCU. UK supplier GoPept is even establishing new industry standards, mandating HPLC and mass spectrometry dual verification just to combat the influx of market impurities. It's a highly competitive space right now. So why are brands scrambling so hard to secure this supply? It comes down to incredibly resilient consumer purchasing power. According to the New Beauty 2026 report, almost 48% of peptide users are spending over $1,000 annually on aesthetics. But here is the truly staggering statistic: 51.5% of consumers who are actively cutting their general living expenses absolutely refuse to reduce their peptide skincare budgets. In a market where awareness is high, consumers are strictly prioritizing their premium spending for scientifically validated active ingredients, even during economic downgrades. To tie all of this together, let's look at exactly where the current market sits across all tiers. In the luxury sector, you have Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream at $105, leaning heavily into those 100-plus plant peptides for broad repair and immediate sensory payoff. Over in the clinical and targeted tier, SkinCeuticals PTOX focuses on highly specific, Botox-like synthetic peptides for targeted wrinkle modulation. But the accessible market is catching up fast. Simple Superglow Plus brings a 7% collagen complex to mass-market drugstores for under £13. And finally, on the cutting edge of cellular skincare, Peach & Lily's $59 Zombie Cream is using senolytic formulations to target and reduce aging, senescent cells by 52%.
That's all for this episode. Comment peptide, and I'll send you the full peptide skincare report. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.